Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome. My name is Nori, coming to you live from Digital Engineering. This is modded Minecraft, Valhelsia 3, and this is our mess. So we're doing a little impromptu night here because I really just wanted to kind of get this recorded as I'm playing around with this. I'm trying to build our wall clock in our clockwork room. So I just needed to really kind of talk and so on to make certain I kind of captured all this because sometimes it's not fairly self-evident between like Friday night community nights and Saturday morning coffee. Some of these extra project bits that we try to sneak in here. So this one is going to be basically around trying to get this wall clock going. Started with one design. I had some belts running. I don't think I really like all those extra belts. So I think we're going to swap those out with something else. Or at least flip the belts on their end. Yeah, I think I might do that instead. Because really for the clock it doesn't matter directionality orientation at all. Doesn't mean a thing. So we could actually start right here. Right? So I should be able to, just like that. We can run a line this way. Maybe this is good enough here, right? So that. I think for this, let's put two of these. I think it'd be interesting to that way. Yeah, because then we can do it like this. Turn. Back to that. I'm quiet tonight. Am I just mumbling too much to myself? Is that the problem? Or is it really just really quiet? Yeah, we're just really quiet. Yes and yes. Okay, so yeah, I do tend to mumble an awful lot to myself. Try turning that up. See if that helps a little better. Still going to mumble. It is my thing. Like that. And then what would be super special? Throw all those back in there. Wheels. Because why not? Trying to make this less about belts and more. I want some belts in here. Don't get me wrong. They make long runs easier. But I do want some more gear wheels like this running. Trying to keep that as flat against the wall as we possibly can. I'm not certain I'm really hung up on the hour hands. Less worried about that right now. More worried about trying to fill the wall without, like, overburdening the wall. Oh, that's what we could just do. Just go back in, give me some of those. That. Just punch in. Just punch in some wheels. Oops. Because nobody says the wheels actually have to drive anything. They can just be sitting here. Yeah, it's not too bad. Just come right off of this guy. Stop that. Oh, bother it all. That's not gearing it down. That is gearing up. There we go. That's a gear down. And we can put in another. That. Yes, we will transition this way. I have a cat doing something funny in the room. It's a shame you can't just run these belts any which way as you want to. Not where I wanted it. And then and you like that. Come on, pay yourself. You're just slightly off. But we should be able to feed that way and then drop 2 small ones. Just like that. That looks a little better. We need to crank these ones down here to bottom up. Not quite certain what we will attach them to. Or we can just take them down. So we'll probably want some space. I don't know. I think it still feels like it's missing something. Not certain what. Maybe I just don't like the hour and the minute hands. Something that is missing. I don't know. The mechanics look good. I mean, it's not like mechanics really matter as long as you've got some minor rotational force being delivered up to the clockwork bearing. Everything runs like it's supposed to. Doesn't matter the directionality or the speed. It's the only nice thing about the clockwork bearing is that it's a set machine. Now, of note, what we could do. And so right now I'm running it with an hour and a minute hand. We could actually just drop the hour and a minute hand altogether and just do an hour hand. But I think I actually like the motif of the whole thing running. Now that could be the other thing that we're missing here. Oh yeah, totally. We need some glass. Glass. Let me pick this up. Oops, pick up too much. I'm going to need all of that. Some glass would be good. Let's see, color of glass. What kind of glass? I guess we could just do connected glass. I feel like we need a actual colored glass. Ooh, that hand comes by really close. So I'll have to probably reduce the size of the hand a little bit. I guess not. That should be fine. I can just take any glass and turn it to crystal glass. That works. Alright, so stage one. Make a bunch of glass. Start with that. Stage two, we're going to need some colors. Making light gray. Maybe not though. We should do something a little closer to this wall. Guess what? That's brown. What's brown? So we could do a no. Let's just do brown. Could just do a gray and match the. I like gray better. All right, so we need some gray dye. Gray dye. I died. You're not gray. You're not gray. It's a dark gray. White. Just need to teach the system how to pull this stuff in. I wonder if that's what I need. I need to remove all of these importers. I have to see if I can treat these like external storage. That would be easier. And then the other thing we wanted to see is the neons. They do have numbers. Oh, beautiful. Gorgeous. So let's go teach the system how to make a bunch of neon numbers. This is the one we want. I'm certain if we went and looked to see, I don't. Yeah, there's no neon numbers in here. Suppose I could just order it from the system, but you know, we're in this thing about we're going to teach as many of these recipes as we possibly can. So we're just going to make the recipe. 4, 5, 6, 7. And last but not least, 9. Sesame Street would be so proud. All right. Yeah. Lots of recipes. And we're just getting started on them. Now, the other thing we need to do is get our glass. I'm probably going to need more dye than what I got, but we'll start with this and see how far we get. Such a useful device. All right. Why do I have apples? Oh, I know why I have apples. I have apples because I thumped the little goblin guy who came by to visit. Probably about the only thing that really drives me nuts is those goblin guys just show up whenever, wherever, even if they're not invited. That's going to cause problems. I feel like that needs to be darker, maybe. Thought light gray was going to be good, but I think it's still a little too white for my taste. Doesn't work. It sort of works. I need some connected glass, and then so that's what we'll do. All right, so more glass, more glass, more glass, more glass. Let's go get us some darker colors. Because let's face facts, that was just white. That's what that was. Light gray. Transformers in range. There's some transformers. Okay, that's interesting. I see. So once you color them one time, that's it. That's painful. It's a good lesson to learn, but it's still painful. Green glass. You know what? We'll just do frame glass. I don't worry about coloring because then we don't have to worry about it. Yep. I think I like that. Yeah. I think that's going to work out. Yes, because then we can still see everything that goes on behind it too. All right. Thinking, yeah, we should come down one more block. All right. And we'll take an empty hand. We'll reset the clock for just a second. Yep. Beautiful. Good top. Oh, that's not cool. Two, three, four, five, six. Oh, that's, I'm like, why is that looking so silly? It's looking silly because we don't have it equal. Two, this is three out from the middle. There we go. Very good. Very, very good. That'll work. And we can come back behind and like a rim around the outside, maybe. Or some kind of poles to hold this thing. Oh, that's, we can run chains down the side. That's what we can do. Excuse me. I ran out of glass. So much fun. It's interesting. I have been watching a few other people who are also streaming Valhelsia 3, and it always seems like always just seems like we're a little bit further ahead than everybody. I don't know. Just a little. Alright, let's go look up our neon numbers. It'd be great if these would come in. See how many ones we're in. Actually need more than just that. Because there is going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. We're just going to grab all of these out of here because, you know, we can. That should be 1 right about there. 2 should be right about there. 3 should come in right here. We're just really gonna have to wait for clocks to come by. It is 7 though, so we could put the 7 in already. And then it just became 8, so that works. Alright, so that's what we should do, is put them on the inner tracks of these 2. Three right there. The nice thing is that the nice thing about a clock though is, at least as far as certain areas go, should be be able to just like pinpoint those. There's time frames anyways. 5. Actually, we should be able to get the rest of these all. Most of the other ones in here. It's the same. 4. Yep. So that means 10 should be right here. So that should be 10. Why do I have my Britannia wand in my... So then 11 would be right here. Oh, like that looks a little high. It is. That would be 11. This would be 12. Yep. Oh, and if I was smart, I'd have kept, made an extra one. Because I can't count. All I talk about Sesame Street, and I still can't count straight. It's all right. It'll be all right. It'll be just fine. Yeah, I guess that works on it. Maybe. No, I think I want to pull all these in just by a little notch. So like this. It's not exactly perfect, but I think it's close enough. And I know I saw some big chains over at Shale's place. And that reminds me of these guys, and I think this would be perfect. Yeah, now we just... Now we just need a... Alright, so we're going to need a couple of those. How much iron do we have? A lot of... We have a lot of iron. I think some copper in here would be really nice. Maybe? No. Silver's just ugly. different ores we have. Ooh. Gold's too gaudy. Copper's no good. Alright, so we don't use metal for the outer ring. We have basalt. We have basalt. I think that'll work. Take our chain. Just like that. Oh, let's hope we don't need more than that. 3, 4, 5. That works out well, doesn't it? All right. That. And then yeah. Stair. Let's see. There we go. I don't know. I think it looks a little funny, but not really certain how else I want to do that. So I guess it's just going to sit there and look like that for a little while. thing we can do. Need something to look right. A couple walls on it. Just make it look like some braces underneath of it. So now this is a clock, and the thing to keep in mind is this particular clock is keeping track of a Minecraft day, not our day. So that's why that minute hand is spinning really fast. All right. So I think we're pretty happy with that. I'm thinking I may want to move my mechanical crafters from upstairs down here. Maybe I'll just leave them on that wall and make another set. We could do that. We could just leave them up on the wall and make another set. Because it doesn't hurt to have some more of these guys. So a proper setup. 3, 6, 9. I think there's 21 in total. That's my memory. We can run up here to the other one because I think I'm just gonna leave that one in place. I'll make more. It doesn't hurt to make more. 9, 3, 6, 9, 12, 21. Yeah. Okay. So we do that combined 7 times. Yep. Hopefully we have enough to make 7 of these. While I'm doing this, I should just walk right over here. Clear that out. And do just like that. And we can go. I only need 18 because I've already made 3. But, you know, we can let the system do the rest of the work for us. All that hard work. Now, the other thing we are going to want and create is these little guys. All right. And so to make those guys, we need to teach the system how to make brass nuggets. Like that. And then we order 21 of these. Now, this really shouldn't take any time. Maybe that's something that we should look in. Oh, that's something we also could look into doing is automating. Just put a brass making system in downstairs. We can do that right after we do the blaze cakes because we'll need the blaze cakes in order to make the brass. So I think that'll work. All right. So a nice, easy, simple. We'll do it right in the middle of this. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, I managed to do it all even, didn't I? I did. Son of a gun. Oh, that'll drive you bonkers. Alright, now, I guess we're just not going to align it to the pattern on the wall then. So you can do a one-size-fits-all sort of pattern, right? This is where the crafter slots come in handy, because by putting these covers in, you are essentially telling the crafters to ignore that slot, but still convert everything. So what we can do now is we will change all these directions. So if you have everything sort down, and then from down you sort over to your output somewhere. In this case, my output's going to come off the side right here. The ones on the outside should go to the inside. And the ones at the top should come down to the bottom. And so basically, as long as you flow everything down, just like that. This one will be the last one that actually does the crafting. The rest of these guys will all just pump right into there and then drop down. And so this is where your outputter is going to go. So we'll put something there to catch the outputs. Suppose I could just clean this box up and put it there. Let's see. Brass, not crass. Brass casings. I'm going to need 6 more. There we go. I was curious about that. Alright, so they're only going that way. That's fine. That is perfectly acceptable. Alright, so we are going to want this hooked up real quick. Push that in right there. Dump all that back in here. We'll grab ourselves one of our precision machine crafters, because the other thing that we are going to want to make real quick is yeah, it's a rotational speed controller. That's the name of the crazy funny block. There we go. 1 rotational speed controller. Perfect. And so we will pump that right there. That's not going to work. Put it right here. Because we can do that. I'll grab that right there. Now, if we're really lucky, should just be able to tie right off in that. I was going to be a little concerned there. Not even going to lie about that one. So like that, like this. Yeah, we can check the speed there. Oh, yeah, that's what we can do. Figure out what we're going to do. Yep. And it's time. All right. Real quick, and then I think we're going to call this a night. As we will have gotten done all the things I was trying to get done. So there. Here, dump all those back in there. So we put the speed controller. Not a problem. Have a good night. We're wrapping up this. We put the rotational speed controller here just to help speed up the crafting on this. And we will be using this a lot as we move forward in this room. So it's useful to have that in here. The clock, I think, worked out well. I may end up coming back in here and adding some more gears behind the wall area, just to make it look a little busier behind there, but I don't know. But that's all for another night. Thank you all for coming out.